Even if you stay single, don't marry an older leftover woman. It's not worth it, even if she pays you. First, childbirth becomes risky as she's past her prime fertility age, and she might not even be intact. Second, her demands are sky high. The older she is, the more she's experienced, and the greedier she becomes, using high bride prices and excessive requirements to secure her retirement. Third, the chances of a quick marriage and quick divorce are high. She's likely had multiple relationships and treats marriage like a breakup. She's already loved and lost, and now she's only in it for personal gain. Once she gets what she wants, she'll be plotting her escape. Men who marry older leftover women are usually mediocre themselves, spending their family's life savings hoping to complete the task of marriage and kids, only for the task to crash mid-load. Their hard drive and CPU burn out, leaving them with scrap. I was born in 1994, and this year I'm 32. I've never been married. Once a woman passes 30, very few people are willing to accept her. If the man is too young, people think you're too old. If the man is older, people still think you're too old. They're afraid you won't be able to have children. Now I'm stuck in that awkward age, neither young nor old. I honestly don't know if I'll ever be able to get married in this lifetime. Never touch an older leftover woman. Let me break it down. Pros: mature, understanding, not clingy. She reads you like a book. Blink, and she knows your thoughts. You'll feel like you've met your soulmate. This kind of woman is dangerously easy to fall for. Cons: materialistic and selfish. She won't spend a dime on you, claiming past trauma justifies making you pay for her lost youth. She's entitled, arrogant, and emotionally stunted. Thanks to the internet, leftover women now drown in delusional empowerment. Approach one, and you'll find age is the least of your problems. Her toxicity and childishness will shock you. Older leftover men? Just poor, awkward, or bad at conversation. Older leftover women? Their insanity knows no bounds. Ever dated one? Share below. At my age, so many people tell me, don't be so picky when looking for a partner. Take a look at divorced men, or those with kids, or those older than you. But honestly, I'm not interested at all. I really reject men who are older than me. I personally lean more toward guys born after 1990, that kind of age group. A word of advice to single men: tread carefully with divorced women. I know this might offend some, but it's the hard truth. As a woman, I understand women too well. If you're capable, go for a single woman, even an older leftover one. If not, stay single. A divorced woman, especially with kids, has already given her deepest love to her ex-husband and her softest affection to her children. What's left for you? Endless complaints, shameless demands, and a child you'll never bond with. Got it? Men these days are so unreliable. How dare you all collectively lie flat and give up? Wasn't loving her supposed to mean giving her the galaxy? Now you're cutting back. The standards for a successful man used to be a car, house, money, and a wife. How can you just opt out? This is beyond irresponsible. Capitalists built all these houses, and mothers-in-law are still holding on to their high-quality leftover daughters. How can you just refuse to take the bait? Those little fairies spent ages preparing boyfriend tests, and you hand in blank answers with a PV guide? Are you deliberately rebelling like Neza? Marriage is supposed to be a woman's second rebirth. How dare you opt out? If you don't reborn, what are the fairies supposed to do? Some still dream of climbing the social ladder through marriage. Let me tell you, bride price isn't a stairway to heaven, and love isn't an ATM. Both sides need to meet halfway. Meeting adjourned. There was a 28-year-old man from Zhengzhou who works at a bank. He rejected a 26-year-old woman with a 150,000 yuan annual salary and a height of 168 centimeters. The reason? She asked for an 180,000 yuan bride price. But she also clearly said that her dowry would be double that amount, 360,000 yuan, or she'd be willing to buy a car worth over 300,000 as part of the dowry. The matchmaker even asked her if she had any requirements about whether the man owns a house. She replied that if he doesn't, they could buy one together, and she'd help pay the down payment. It all sounded quite reasonable, and her conditions weren't bad at all. But the man still refused. He told the matchmaker that he would rather find a woman who only asks for a 50,000 yuan bride price and doesn't return anything as dowry. Because no matter how big the dowry is, it still belongs to the woman, it's her property. But the man has to fork out real cash for the bride price, and he thinks giving $180,000 is simply not worth it. Do you think this man is very rational, or is he just being too picky? I once heard that older singles live messy lives, but I didn't believe it until a friend's story. At a college reunion, he met a girl who'd been in a relationship since freshman year. Now single, she seemed heartbroken. My friend, male, tried setting her up, but she ghosted or rejected every guy. Later, at a guy's night, a player bragged about a hookup. Turns out it was her. They'd met on a dating app, and she had no idea he knew her. My friend was stunned. She'd seemed so innocent. Older singles fall into two extremes. 1. Chaotic lifestyles, addicted to novelty, incapable of commitment. 2. Extremely accomplished, so selective they struggle to find equals. Moral? If you're dating older singles, vet carefully. The normal ones are rare. Here's the truth. Self-made men who've climbed from nothing might have listened to women when poor, but once rich? Never again. They become hypermasculine. I'm smarter, richer, and more successful. Why should I listen to you? Wealthy men want capable partners. Not for money, they have plenty, but for respect. They'll never simp. Princesses, though, still dream of true love. A broke guy's cheap gestures, peeling an apple, handing her impress her. A rich man? Peel it yourself. Get your own, are you stupid? But princesses fall for the broke guy's act, marry him, and then surprise, he shows his true colors. Why buy Chanel? A tote bag works. Poor men marry to divorce and take half. Got it. Have you ever seen someone show up for matchmaking carrying their medical records? Have you ever seen someone ask for a 288,000 yuan bride price? I've been living in Chengdu for so long, and today I really met such a case through a female friend's introduction. Everything looked fine at first, the girl's profile looked good, and everything seemed normal during the initial chatting. But when we started talking about marriage, I asked if she had any health issues. She hesitated and dodged the question, so I pushed for clarity. Finally, she admitted it. Why didn't you say it earlier? I thought it was a minor issue. But it turned out she's still receiving treatment, can control transmission, but the virus is still in her blood. And here's the outrageous part. She's divorced, has 2 kids from a previous marriage, and is still carrying this condition, yet she dares to open her mouth and ask for a 288,000 yuan bride price. My mom immediately said, not a single cent. I was honestly a bit disgusted. I told her, if you're in this situation and still want 288,000, then how can I accept a second marriage like this? I was completely speechless. Are you here for matchmaking, or here to ruin people's lives? It's honestly beyond comprehension. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the female blacklist. 12 absolute deal breakers, compiled from dozens of women's input. Boys, check if you fit any. 1. Bald or balding. 2. Shorter than 1.65 m. 3. Earns under 5K/month and job hops constantly. 4. No property. 5. Stingy, petty and calculative. 6. Bad temper, impulsive. 7. No ambition, lazy. 8. Controlling, ultramasculine. 9. A mama's boy, dating him feels like battling his mom. 10. All talk, no action. 11. Pathological liar. 12. Broke but obsessed with face, always borrowing money. So, how many do you guys hit? Ladies, is this accurate? Any additions?